Hello, everybody. Welcome back to StarNotes, where on this episode, we are feeling wicked today. Took me all day to come up with that one, but obviously today we are going to be talking about Wicked, which is everyone's favorite musical, favorite everything that is coming to the silver screen.
Yes.
So I am Olivia. I'm our editor-in-chief here at the Star, and I'm joined by...
My name is Rachel. I'm a copy editor.
I'm Emily. I'm the news editor.
And we are going to give you everything you need to know about this upcoming Wicked movie.
Oh, yes, we are.
So to start, in case you haven't heard of Wicked and this wonderful story, would you guys want to give just kind of a background, no spoiler plot of what we're looking at with Wicked?
So basically the tagline of Wicked is everything that happened before Dorothy dropped in. So basically the Wicked Witch of the West, whose name is Elphaba, and Glinda, the Good Witch of the North, they were roommates and best friends in college. And the story actually follows their friendship. And what does wicked really mean? I mean, does it mean that you're absolutely horrible? Or is it just, the way society views you, even if you disagree with society's views?
We are looking at a really solid cast for this movie. Her name escapes me. Elphaba is Cynthia Joy?
Cynthia Erivo.
Cynthia Erivo.
Yes.
We got her for Elphaba, be lovely. Ariana Grande
Yes.
as Glinda. We got Jonathan Bailey from Bridgerton as Anthony, who will be Fiyero.
Yes.
Anthony and Bridgerton, Fiyero in this.
Yes.
Who else isn't? Jeff Goldblum is in it.
Jeff Goldblum is in
as
it.
the wizard.
Michelle, I'm going to butcher her last name. Yon?
As
Metamorable.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know his name. I can picture it, but he's the
is it
actor.
Peter Dinklage?
Yes, from
Peter
Game of Thrones.
Dinklage.
Yes.
So we're looking at a really solid cast for this.
Oh, and then Ethan, I'm forgetting his last name right now, but it's Bach. He played SpongeBob in the SpongeBob musical.
Oh, the
on
SpongeBob
Broadway.
guy.
Yes.
Yes.
I
do
think
know the
that's
SpongeBob guy.
everyone, and then I can't remember the name of the girl who plays Nessa Rhodes, but I know this is like her first movie and
First big
everything.
one?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a good franchise to get into. I've seen the musical on Broadway, which is my kind of introduction
Yes.
to Wicked, which was a great show.
Beautiful.
So
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
And everything I've seen about this movie, I watched the trailers. They're gorgeous.
I cried when the Super Bowl commercial came out. I was literally waiting for that all Super
Yeah.
Bowl. After that, my Super Bowl was over. That was beautiful. And then the first full trailer that we got, I just cried. And then the one that dropped when tickets went on sale, I cried in my office at work. I kid you not. I watched that trailer so many times, and I was just in tears.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
really excited.
I'm so excited.
What kind of, in particular, are both of you most excited about for this upcoming movie?
I think the fact that, I really like the Ariana Grande's in it, and especially because it's, a full circle thing for her. Because on Broadway, Kristen Chenoweth played it, and Kristen Chenoweth and Ariana Grande are, best friends. So it's kind of like a full circle thing now that Ariana Grande is, in this role that, essentially someone that, she looks up to was in the role before. And I don't know. I think that's, super cute. But I don't know. I'm just excited, in general for it. I think it's going to be really good.
I mean, hey, it's my favorite musical. It's been my favorite since I was 8. I'm almost 19 now. But I think, too, they're bringing in elements from the book. And I love...
Are they?
I love the book.
Book's
so, yeah, I don't know. Everything about it, I've been so excited for it.
Yeah.
I bought the dolls. I have the
Nice.
singing Elphaba and singing Glinda on my desk at home right now. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really excited so that I can watch it more often. And so I'll be able to, just whatever I feel like it.
Seriously.
Just be able to turn it on. Because it's a really...
It's beautiful.
Yeah. I feel like all of the characters are really easy to love.
Yes.
And also really easy to hate. Yeah, I am really looking forward to it.
Yes.
What else do we think about Wicked? What do we think about... obviously, it's not out yet.
Sadly.
Unfortunately. But what is kind of your biggest thing that if they were to take it out for the film adaptation that you'd be, most upset about?
Well, I think they have mostly... everything. I mean,
They probably do.
I mean, we all know Defying Gravity's in it based on a trailer, but if they took that off, I would be
If they
like,
took that off, I'd be so
crazy.
upset.
I would be like, what are you doing?
This isn't even the same movie. I don't know
No.
who these people are, but
I'm
it's
leaving.
not Wicked that I know.
Exactly.
I don't know if anyone's seen, but they basically spoiled what it's going to sound like because they have a singing microphone out that
oh my god, I got it. I saw it at Target.
Yeah, and it
Played
sings the whole Defying Gravity, with Cynthia Erivo singing it.
Does it
And,
really?
Yeah, it's been popping up on my For You page on TikTok nonstop.
That's so funny.
And then there's also the singing Elphaba doll, and that has Defying Gravity in
Yeah.
it too. So I'm like, I never thought that my first time hearing Cynthia Erivo sing Defying Gravity would be through a doll.
That's
I'm so
funny.
blessed.
Yeah, it's been like that popped up like through like the singing microphone too, because that's been like popping up on my For You page on TikTok, and then the comments on TikTok are so funny because people are like, "Oh, we're getting more spoilers from it from a singing microphone than we are from the actual movie."
I am so excited because me and my boyfriend, we're going to go see it on the day that it comes out. I actually have tickets to see it a few days beforehand. I got early screening tickets. But, I mean, I've been just, like, talking it up to him and everything, and I'm like, you will finally understand what has literally raised me.
And watch out for Rachel's review after the early screening.
I'm so excited.
Will be out. Right. Me and my mom are really excited, and so over Thanksgiving when I'm home, we're going to go make it like a whole... My birthday's around then to, like, have that, which would be really, really exciting. I think it'll be a really good movie. Even just the sets from the trailers.
And they're all real.
And they're gorgeous.
Yes. There's very minimal CGI for this film. Like, you can tell, like, what is, because how would it even be possible? But, I mean, Emerald City, the Tulip Field, Munchkin Land, Shiz, the dorm room, the classroom, everything is real. And you don't get that in Hollywood anymore.
Yeah.
You just don't.
But you're telling me those flying monkeys aren't real? I'm not going to go find them, like, out walking to campus?
I don't think you will.
So what are kind of, I know you said you've kind of grown up with Wicked. Emily, kind of what was your introduction to Wicked? Or will it be this film?
I mean, I have, like, obviously I've heard about, like, the Broadway musical of it, and that's, like, really one of the only Broadway musicals I know. But I don't know. I don't really remember, like, when I first got introduced to it. Since I, like, had never seen it, like, on Broadway or anything, this would probably be my first time actually, like, seeing it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I just, something about it. Because, like, I had heard, like, songs from it before, like, specific songs. I guess that's kind of how I got introduced to it. Because, like, I mean, everybody knows, like, Defying Gravity. And so, like, I heard that song for the first time, and then they were like, oh, it's from Wicked. So then I was like, well, okay, what's that? And then I, like, kind of just did a Google search and figured it out.
Yeah. Did you read the book first? Because I vividly recall, I read the book first.
I've never read the book.
Yeah.
Well, see, I was 8 when I first discovered Wicked, so... I didn't read the book until I was 15, and then I'm doing a reread of it now.
Okay. It's on my reread list. Yes. Like, before I see it, I've got to make sure that book gets reread.
But no, it's so good. And I want to say this, too, because I can already see it kind of happening. I can see people going to watch the movie and then not feel the need to see the stage production, either on Broadway or the tour. Please go see the stage production. I have seen it twice. Once on reopening night of Broadway, and I saw it in Chicago when it was here in 2022. It is so gorgeous. It is so beautiful. The Emerald City, when it goes into one short day, I did not expect those lights to be so green.
Yeah.
I have never seen so many green LEDs in my life. It is just so stunning. The Ozda's Ballroom is so like, everything about it is just stunning. So please go see the stage production, because,
Yeah. It was my first Broadway production. It was my
Mine
mom's
too.
first.
Aww.
Yeah, and so our, like, family thing is, like, when you go, the first show that you see, like, it will be Wicked.
Yes.
I do not care about anything else. You will find a way to see Wicked.
Yes, absolutely.
And it has been just a nice, like, tradition that way. Yeah, it's a really good show.
Yeah.
So that's a really good point, to still go and see the show. Yeah. Because it's, for as good of an experience as this movie is going to be, like, it's not going to be the same as, like, watching them do it for you.
And it's going to be in Wisconsin at 2 different locations next summer. And it's coming to Peoria.
Where's it going to be in?
Madison and Milwaukee. Next
really?
summer.
Madison's not that far from here.
Nope.
And Peoria is also not that far from
like
here.
2 or 3 hours. Yeah.
Ooh.
It's well worth the drive.
Yeah, you should.
Is what it is.
Yeah.
Highly recommend. Back to the cast. So what are, like, our thoughts on kind of bringing in a non-white actor for this role? I'm really excited about it.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I mean, so for me, it doesn't really matter what race the woman is who's playing Elphaba, just because she's covered in green. But I also do love it. I mean, Elphaba has braids. She has the micro braids. I mean, I think that's amazing. And also, too, Ariana Grande, you know, a woman of color as Glinda. We had the first Black Glinda on Broadway a few years ago. Brittany, I can't remember her last name right now. But amazing. She was amazing as Glinda. So, I mean, diversity, yes, especially in the world of theater. Yes.
And I think this has nothing to do with anything, but I think that Cynthia Erivo has just the vibes of kind of this.
Oh, she does.
Like, it's just, it feels perfect
yes,
for what
it does.
For what it is. And the, like, one of my favorite moments from the trailer was that when, like, they're standing in front of the courtyard and Ariana Grande's like, "You're green." Yeah. And she's like,
I am.
She looks like she doesn't know. And it's like, like, you're right. And, like, as someone who wears glasses, she's got some of the coolest glasses in that movie. Like, I would be out buying them.
Yes.
Like if my eyeglass place was selling them, it'd be those.
Yes.
Those right there.
Yes.
And I'm really, really excited to see what they do with it. And I love Jonathan Bailey as
God.
Fiyero, just as him generally.
I mean, I've always loved Fiyero, but I have never been so attracted to Fiyero in my life.
Yeah, Fiyero, I'm gonna be...
Is he the cute one?
Yes.
Fiyero?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
he's
so.
like the like new hot shot that shows up and is like, woo, and everyone's like,
Were you looking for something or someone?
yes, and he's the one that, I don't think this is a spoiler, but he's the one that ends up falling in love with Elphaba. But he like formally dates Galinda.
Yeah.
And so there's like that whole kind of like, she's green and bad. And he's like, right. So about that, actually.
Yeah. Here's my question, though, because in the Super Bowl trailer, I think it was in the Super Bowl trailer, or it was the first official trailer, there was a clip of Glinda in a wedding dress.
Really?
Yes. And we have not seen that since. So I'm like, was that a teaser from part 2?
Because they don't get...
Well, they
don't
have
get married,
part
do
two,
they have the
isn't
engagement party, which is thank goodness.
Yeah.
But I'm like, yeah. Well, in the book, Fiyero was married. Not to Glinda.
Who was he married to? He was married to somebody else?
It was that other woman, and there were a few kids.
He had kids?
Yes.
I need to reread this book.
Yes. Yes, this book is very strange, everyone.
It's a weird book.
It's
I remember
really
that.
weird.
8th grade me remembers that it was a weird book.
I can't believe I read that at 15. Like, I caught onto some things, but a lot of things flew over my head.
I need to give that a... Cause
now reading it, I'm like,
yeah,
what?
I need to give that one a reread, I think.
Yeah.
Good book, though.
It's amazing.
Highly recommend the book.
There's a series, too.
Yes, there are more than
I
one.
read Son of a Witch. I skipped, I can't remember the third book's title, but it's about the lion. But I skipped that, not thinking it was necessary, and then went to the fourth book, which is, I don't want to give spoilers.
These are spoiler alert.
But the
so
fourth
mad.
book, because Son of a Witch is obviously Elphaba's son.
Yep.
And then the fourth book is her granddaughter, which is Out of Oz.
Oh.
And then there was a spin-off series called The Brides of Marikor, which follows Rain, the granddaughter, after the original Wicked Years series. So there's now a spin-off.
It's like a whole thing.
And now there's going to be a prequel story coming out in March about Elphaba's childhood.
Ooh, that'll be interesting.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what I think. Like, I didn't really assume anything.
Yeah.
I assumed she just appeared one day, and that was just, she appeared at the school.
Yeah.
No pass, no nothing.
No.
She just appeared there.
She was just there.
Mm-hmm.
Hi.
And, like, I guess the history of, like, her sister could be really cool to explore in that way.
Well, we saw Child Elphaba in the trailers, too.
That'll be interesting. Because
Yeah.
Child Elf was not in
Nope.
the original show,
Not in the show.
and not really in the book.
like
either?
her as an infant, early toddler,
But
like,
not enough
the
to, like,
nothing
get a
to-
story.
Yeah.
That'll be really
And she also has a
interesting.
brother in the book too. There's 3 of them. There's Elphaba.
That's different.
There's Elphaba, Nessa, and then there's a brother, and I can't remember his name right now.
some man name.
Yeah.
I wonder if they'll bring him in.
I don't know.
I wouldn't think so.
I feel like we would know by now.
And I feel like you could get like the Broadway Wicked fans really upset.
Yeah.
If they're like, who's this random guy?
Yeah. If you haven't read the book,
Yeah, you have no idea who this
especially
other dude
especially
is.
kids, because yeah.
Yeah, because if it's, oh, like my parents played Defying Gravity in the car and I listened to it and I'm going to a movie, Mom, who's this random like guy?
Exactly.
She's like,
I don't know.
I don't know, I didn't read the book. Whoops.
Whoops. Yeah.
But yeah, and I forgot about the part 2. So I guess I'm
Yes.
curious in how are they splitting that up?
Act 1 and Act 2.
Where does that? So it'll end with Defying
Defying
Gravity?
Gravity.
Really?
Mm-hmm. So we will have a year-long intermission, everyone.
That's criminal. That is criminal behavior.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm assuming. That's what it seems like. And then part 2 is called Wicked Part 2 for Good.
I mean, it makes sense
Yeah.
because I know in the trailer there's Jeff Goldblum and he's talking with the mask and it's like, I forget what the line is, but it's something to the effect of like, you know what people need to like really rally together. It's someone to hate.
The best thing to bring people together
Yeah.
is a real good enemy.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I think so, I guess for that to almost be like the last line and to let that fade to black credits and then just let you sit and wait.
Oh, I could see that.
I can see that.
That could be really
I
interesting.
could see that because I know that's in the scene right before Defying Gravity, but they can move that around.
They could.
Ooh.
Oh. For as climactic as Defying Gravity is,
Yes.
I feel like if you end, like everyone expects you to end there.
It serves well in in a production at a 2.5-hour show with a 15-minute intermission.
Yeah.
And not with a year-long
not a movie.
intermission.
It's not a movie end.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be complaining in 2 years because then I could just go right over to part 2, but
in that year, I'm gonna be like, what happens after Defying Gravity?
Especially if you don't know.
Yeah, but I do think the year break is good because it'll build hype for part 2, but also it could bring more attraction to the show, to the book, to like kind of the live side of it, which I think is really interesting and really important.
Yes.
I wonder what that'll do, like if they decide to do other books. If they decide to kind of expand it forwards or back, could be interesting.
What I want to know is if in part 2, if they explore Elphaba's son and bring him in.
Depending on how far they
would
go forward.
Yeah.
Because if you end up Defying Gravity, you have them hating her for a long time.
Yes.
And then her. How does that show end? They run away together?
Yes, because spoilers,
they run away together.
Elphaba lives. She fakes her own death. There's the melting.
Yes.
And then her and Fiyero, I just assume they leave Oz.
Where do they go?
Well, there's in the book, in the map, there's I think it's called the Badlands, and that's like a desert that surrounds Oz, and I think it was just assumed
that they go there. Interesting.
Yes.
So if you get that scenery too, they could do quite a bit.
I'm just scared that they're gonna kill Elphaba off in the movie.
No.
I know. That's what I've been telling my mom. I'm like, I swear, if they kill her, I'll sue.
Wild. For every legal intent and purpose, that is a joke.
Yes, that is a joke.
That's a joke. That's a joke. Yeah, that's interesting though.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about what that could look like.
If you're bringing in the book, because she dies in the book.
I know she dies in the book, but don't bring that in.
Please.
Know. Hey, you know how you can still change a movie after it's filmed and edited and like done?
Yes.
Can you like just switch that out? Like just change like that.
John
that
M.
scene.
Chu, please.
Yeah, just real quick.
I couldn't handle it.
Just really
real
fast.
Quick.
It would be great. Yeah, it'll be really interesting to see how all of that plays out. I'm excited to see what like their press tour after it comes out will look like.
Well,
those outfits are gonna go wild.
They're doing like an international tour where they're bringing like parts of the set around to like different major cities.
They are? Where? Why am I not?
Chicago is not one of them. I can tell you that right now. It's Mexico City, London, New York.
All of these are a little bit far away.
I feel like there's one in Australia. I think they're going to Adelaide. I could be wrong. I feel like they're going somewhere in Australia, and then there's one more, and I can't remember right now.
Probably
I don't
LA.
trip to London.
LA.
Or Australia.
All of these are too far away.
I know.
Yeah.
Come to DeKalb.
Actually,
that's what I want.
Just bring that train that you brought to the Paris Olympics. Just bring that.
Just bring it back.
Yeah.
That's fine. Completely doable. We have train tracks.
We do.
They could totally like come to DeKalb, go to like Egyptian theater or something.
Oh, please.
It would be the end of the Egyptian theater. It'd be so full. Like there would be
So
nothing
full.
to. Yeah. But I'm so excited
Me too.
for this movie.
It comes out like close to my birthday, like a few days before.
22nd, I believe.
Yes.
November.
Mm-hmm. November 22nd, and then those who have early screening tickets, we get to see it on November 20th. So,
are you seeing it here?
In Rockford.
Oh, okay.
The one here in DeKalb had it in 3D. The one in yes, there is a 3D version.
There's a 3D. Oh
yes.
my goodness.
So my first time I was seeing it in IMAX, and then the second time just regular, and then I do intend to see it in 3D.
3D, I think would be so interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good set. Everyone go see it 3 times in all the different ways that you can possibly watch.
You could
this
be like
movie.
me and see it every weekend. That's what that's kind of what I want to do
until it goes away.
Yep.
And then find a way to get it
streaming
until it comes out.
Yeah.
What else is interesting about this franchise in this movie? When did he write the book? We should have brought a computer.
1995.
And then they made it. It was book first. Did that, and then Broadway was like, "Hey
guys." Well, actually, okay. So Universal, who is the studio that has this movie now, Universal got the film rights before the musical. This was back in like the late 90s, early 2000s. And then Mark Platt was always involved in it. And then Steven Schwartz, I think, came along or something. And he was like, this would make a really good musical. Mm-hmm. So they then did the musical version. But Universal's had the rights this entire time.
Interesting. And they just never...
They've been sitting on it.
I wonder why.
And then there was a while where they were going to do a movie adaptation of just the book. I would be cool with that if we want to do like another One which probably not now, but I remember actually thinking when I finished the book, forget the musical, I want an adaptation of this book.
Yeah, there's a lot of like intricacies in the book that I remember I felt like were missed. I was like, where?
Yes.
I don't remember what they were now, but
not to get political, but this movie could not come out at a better time in our history right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like that was done on purpose.
Maybe they knew.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, I have a feeling that the U.S. is going to be in a bit of a pickle.
Yeah.
And you know what's going to fix it?
Wicked.
Right here. That'd be wild. It comes out and everyone's just fine. It's not going to happen that way.
No.
But it'd be cool if everyone was like, you know what? Maybe none of this matters.
Exactly.
And we can just focus on what does matter.
Exactly.
Which is this single movie.
Yes.
And theater overall.
Yeah.
This is tangential a little bit. Are there other musicals that we know are getting movies right now? I never saw it, but I heard it was bad.
I've seen clips of kept me from even wanting to listen to the soundtrack of the original Broadway show. I know this, and I can't think of them off the top of my head because I feel like so many have been in the works and then canceled.
Yeah.
Okay. I know, like, one that I saw over the summer, Moulin Rouge was a movie first.
Yes.
Right? So that kind of is covered.
Yes.
Great show, too, by the way. Phantom has
already
its
has a movie.
Lion King has its movie.
Come From Away was going to have a movie, but then they did the pro shot.
Because that's a good musical. The soundtrack is really good.
I've seen it twice. I love it.
I've never seen it, but I've heard
it's coming to Chicago in January. You should go see it.
Is it really?
Uh-huh.
I'll be in Chicago in December for Anne Juliet.
Oh, yes.
Which I haven't seen, but I'm very excited for.
Yes. I think Anne Juliet is getting a movie. I could be wrong about that, but I think it is. I could be wrong.
Really? You think?
You
think they'll bring in Anne Hathaway to be Anne Hathaway?
I don't know.
Oh
I could be wrong. But I feel like I follow so many Broadway accounts on Instagram, and I feel like that was in the works.
That'd be so cool.
Yeah.
For do you know what Anne Juliet's about? I'll give like a 30 seconds. Okay, so it's the story of Romeo and Juliet. And you know how like they both die at the end? Mm-hmm. Spoiler alert. Okay, but the whoever of William Shakespeare is like, hey,
his wife
is like, hey, what if Juliet didn't die? And what if she lived and Romeo died and she like kept going with her life? And he's like, no, that's dumb. I wrote it this way for a reason. And she's like, no. And so Juliet gets to have this like afterlife, and I'm really excited.
Wait, is this one more like a recent like?
Yeah, it's a
pretty
jukebox
new.
musical.
Okay, I think I've heard of it like on Instagram or something.
I'm pretty excited.
I wanted to see it.
Yeah, my mom saw it in New York, and she was like, all right, Olivia, we're going. I'm buying tickets. We are going to be seeing it in Chicago because it's worth the thing.
Yeah.
I guess if you've learned nothing else from this episode, it is a pitch for musicals. It is a pitch for musical movies. It is a pitch for books.
Yes.
To read those.
Yes.
It's a pitch for all of these things.
You know, I know we have the pro shot of Hamilton on Disney Plus, but I would love to have like an actual movie adaptation of that.
Yeah.
I don't know how it would work, but I think that would be cool.
It could be cool.
Yeah,
if it's done right. John M. Chu, I'm looking at you. You've already tackled In the Heights. You can do this one too.
I forgot In the Heights also got one.
Yeah. I haven't watched it, but I know it was good. So that's why when I saw that John got his hands on Wicked, I was like, phew, we're safe.
He's the director, right? I'm
yes.
not okay. And I think that this could be good.
Yes.
Just for the musical industry.
I think so too.
Period.
I think so too. Because you've seen so many shows on Broadway close.
Yeah.
Within Lempicka, R.I.P. Lempicka. But I feel like this could be good, and I feel like Broadway is still hurting from the pandemic.
I'd have to think so.
I think it is. Hopefully this will help a lot.
Yeah. I'm hopeful. I'm really excited.
Yeah.
I'm not sure when this episode is coming out, but go see it.
Yes.
In the however many days until it opens. Go see it.
Go see it.
From wherever, because they open it everywhere all the time.
It's like 4 more weeks. It was a month yesterday.
It's less than a month. Because my birthday is in a month.
Awesome.
And so maybe that'll be my birthday kind of.
Yes.
Any kind of closing thoughts on Wicked, on the new thing, on the actors, on anything?
It's beautiful. You will cry. I will be sobbing my eyes out every time I see it.
Respect.
You know how much like PR-ish stuff they've done for it? Like they've collaborated with so many places.
Yeah,
like Target has a whole section.
Target does.
And then they have like Legos, I think.
Mm-hmm. I've seen that too.
I want the Emerald City Legos.
Respect.
Oh, I think I went with like Bryn one time to Ulta, and like Ulta has a whole like section of it.
Did they really?
Yeah, me and my boyfriend were there last night. I was walking up and I saw it and I literally ran to the door, and there's an alphabet caboodle that I've been wanting. I got it.
Great.
Yes.
Yeah, there's like so many stores that are doing like so much like for this Wicked movie coming out.
There's Build-A-Bears.
Oh my God, there's Build-A-Bears.
I have not kept up enough with the press of this movie. I'm really excited.
Yeah.
And I think it's cool that they're getting involved in a bunch of different industries.
Yeah.
Like, this is
And I think they did that on purpose. There's Fisher.
Oh,
There's Fisher-Price toys.
perfect. We'll start them young. We will get them hooked on musicals when they're young, and then we'll never have to worry about the musical industry again.
Well, I own a character entertainment company. I'm a party princess, and I just did a photo shoot on Saturday. I got Glinda. I'm adding her in, and I'm working on getting Alphaba right now. Yeah.
Oh, that's really exciting.
Yeah. I'll
That
show
would
you a
be really
selfie I
cool.
took
You
after
should.
we get done with this. Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Because I feel like you don't see, like, when I think of, like, party princesses, it's usually, like, it's Cinderella. It's like, it's
Exactly.
that. But to be able to add kind of, that would be really interesting.
Yeah. I'm just getting prepared because I know,
Oh,
I have
yeah.
a feeling I know what's about to happen.
I would.
Yeah.
If I was a little kid and this movie's coming out, I'd be like, Mom, you know who I want at my birthday party?
Yeah.
Like, the answer. And I think that'll be really, that's a really
cool.
neat idea.
Thank you.
That's super fun.
I'll show you my selfie after this.
Yes. Yes. One thing I think is interesting, too, about the film that I want to mention is that it kind of tackles the origins of kind of our side characters in The Wizard of Oz. So, like, our lion friend, he's there. I don't remember how the Scarecrow's in there. But
It's Fiyero.
it's Fiyero.
It's Fiyero.
It's Fiyero. My bad.
Alakanamanam.
He's Fiyero. And then Bach, who's like the friend who's really in love with Glinda. And
Tin Man.
she just doesn't notice, is Tin Man. And then there's the part in, I don't remember what the song is.
I could probably tell you.
I'm certain that you can. It's the one where it's the fact that the teacher is a sheep. I feel like I never got a full understanding of how that got resolved. And I'm
spoilers.
Yeah, spoilers, but you've been here long enough.
So I guess there was like an extended version of the finale that got cut after the pre-Broadway tryout in San Francisco back in 2003. Alphaba and Fiyero were supposed to go to the Badlands with Dr. Dillamond and basically like reunite there with him and also help like some of the other animals that were banished from Oz, I believe.
Which isn't what ended up happening.
No.
I would have remembered that.
Because in the current Broadway version, you just see him in the Wizard's Palace, which is in the Emerald City. He lost all ability to speak, and then I think Alphaba tells him to run. He gets out, but you don't see him for the rest of the show.
Yeah, I wonder what they're gonna do with that.
Yeah,
Because that's like a relatively big like mystery that we just
Like
kind
I
of let go.
I feel like the musical. I mean, it's obviously a good story. I love it. It's my favorite musical of all time. But it glosses over a lot of stuff.
It does.
I mean, in 2.5 hours, and with how big that book is and how complex it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were never gonna get everything.
No.
But I would kind of like them to expand a little bit.
And I think we will with the movie because the first movie is 2 hours and 40 minutes.
2 hours and
40 minutes.
We're gonna get another Dune situation.
Yeah, so go to the bathroom before the movie starts.
There will not be a 15-minute intermission halfway through. That you will sit there the entire time.
This will be the next Titanic. I'm serious.
Oh, that's an interesting take too. Yeah.
This will be the next Titanic. Sound of Music. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're already saying Universal, they are wanting this to be the next Titanic.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's big shoes.
Yeah.
Young Leonardo DiCaprio. Hard to beat. I'm not gonna lie.
But Jonathan Bailey?
This is true. Bring them together. Make Leonardo DiCaprio like many years younger than he is right now. You got it made. And young Tom Cruise, bring them all together. Just unage them. And with that, this is the end of our Wicked episode of StarNotes. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. And we will see you next time.